Hey friends, I hope that you understood the previous video because now we are going to insert a single element at any position defined by the user. In the previous video we made an array, but now we are going to insert an element into that array. I think it's a bit confusing, so let's take an example. Let's say you took an array from the user. After giving the whole array, the user realized that one element 4 is missing. Now, as a programmer, what will you prefer? Will you ask the user to give the whole array again, or will you ask to give the missing element and to specify its position? Of course, you will not go with the first option. It's not at all user friendly. So, you'll go with the second option and insert an element in the array. Cool, the array looks fine now. Now, while programming, when we insert an element, we do not increase the size of the array, which means I'm not going to increase the size from 8 to 9. Actually, you can do this and you should do this, but it's a little advanced topic. Right now, since we don't know much, we can take the array a little bigger than what is required. Now, if the user wants to insert an element, the elements at the right side of the specified positions are shifted, and then the missing element overrides the previous element. Now I'll discuss the algorithm which I'll use for insertion. This is the first algorithm that I'm going to discuss with you. So first I'll tell you what is an algorithm. Algorithm is stepwise procedure or formula for solving a problem. Now you will ask, what is the difference between an algorithm and a program? The answer is, algorithm is written in simple English language and it can be used to make program in any language. There can be infinite ways of writing an algorithm. One of the ways is this, that you can see on your screen. According to the algorithm, I have an array A with n number of elements, and I have to insert an element val at position pos. As I have already explained, I will have to shift each element on the right side of pos by one position. Now, there is one thing to notice. I can do the shift by two ways. Either I can shift the element starting from pos, moving towards n, or I can shift the element starting from n and move towards pos. Let's see which one should we use. As you can see, if I choose the first option, I will end up having same values at each position. Now, if I go with the second option, you can see that it will serve the purpose. This means that I should start with n and move towards pos. So in the algorithm, I initialized a counter I equal to n. Then I'm running a loop till pos. In the loop, I'm setting the next element equal to the present element and then decrementing the counter by 1. At the end, when loop finishes, I will increment the length of array by 1. N doesn't mean the actual length of the array, but it will tell the position of the last element. So, in a way, I can say that it is the length of the array. Then, I will insert the element val at position pos, which I need to do in the program, and end the program.
Let's finally make our program now. First, we'll make an array of size, let's say 5, which has elements 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm leaving one space so that I can insert an element later. Other than this array, I need a val, a pos, and a counter I. Then I need the user to see the status of the array first, so I'll run the array from I equals to 0 to 4 and incrementing I at each loop and printing the value, the element at each position for each loop. And after printing the array, I need to have an enter to move to the next line so that I can do the process of insertion. Now from this line onwards, I'm doing the insertion process. In insertion, I need to first have the values of the two integer values, which are val and pos. Then I need to run a loop. As you can remember, we will run a loop from I equals to n, which is 3 over here, to I is greater than equals to pos. Then decrementing at each loop, decrementing the counter at each loop. In each loop, we have to perform this operation as you had seen in the algorithm. Then after the loop has completed, we will insert the val at the pos. And now I want the user to see the final state of the array. Yeah, so let's run the program and see what happens. First, it is telling me that the array contains 1, 2, 3 and 4. I need to enter 7 at position 2 and it did. So the program ran.
Now comes the exercise part. As you have correctly noticed that instead of inserting 7 at the second position, the program was inserting it at the third position. So you have to correct the illustrated program, which means that you have to recreate it and then you have to do the editing. Next, when you are done with this, you have to make a new program that always enters the val at the last position of the array. And when you are done with this, you have to edit the program to make it insert the val at the first position of the array.